How's it going, guys? Electron Man. Well, we got a different project we're going to view today. It's a Retekess. I don't know. Retekess. Retekess. We'll go with that. V111. I'm in a couple of Facebook shortwave groups, and I've heard this mentioned before. And I was just curious. I went out there and looked, and I caught a good sale on Amazon on it for tax and all for under $15. I got this guy, and it's a pretty broad spectrum shortwave receiver here. I'm really an analog guy. I know that's why I do a lot of restores on them older ones, and I'm not really a digital guy. But hey, for under 15, I thought it was worth purchasing and doing a little review, and be kind of cool. I'm getting ready to go on a little vacation here to carry this with me, and sit on the back porch somewhere and see what I can get. Just sitting out there. Relaxing in the lounge chair. But anyway, we'll do a little box opening first. I got some feedback that from one viewer that why are you doing a box open? Anybody knows how to open a box, and I agree on that. But really, I'm just kind of wanting to show you what's included in the box. It's not like I'm gonna slowly open a box, but anyway, just I think it's relevant and it's worth. Well, I pulled the plastic protector off of it, but anyway, let's just go ahead and get in there and find out what we got here. There's the empty box. That was the box opening part of it. Looks like a manual here, which is not as small as some of them I've got. It's readable. It's probably Chinese English, but we'll see. I was wanting to see what the specs were on this. I think the specs on this are, it covers, it's kind of cool. It covers FM1 87 to 108 megahertz, FM2 64 to 108 megahertz Russian band, and FM3 76 to 90 megahertz Japanese band. Interesting. I haven't had a radio that does that. And then AM, it does 522 to 620 kilohertz in a 9K step, and a 520 to 1710, which would be American 10K step. Long wave, it does 153 to 279 kilohertz. That's kind of interesting. And then a shortwave, it looks like what is it? 3.2 to 21.9 megahertz. So it's missing the 160 meter band. It's missing that really low HF stuff. But hey, for $15, we'll see. And we'll kind of run it through its paces. I've got some real good comparables. I've done the Yaesu 991A. I mean, that's probably the most expensive receiver I've got. I've got my RF 4800 Panasonic, which is my best shortwave radio. So we can do some comparisons of how they receive. I'll use the same long wave antenna that I used on them, and we'll kind of scan through there and see what this thing actually will do. I'll tell you what, it's brand new, but I'm going to go ahead just because for you guys, I'm going to open this guy up. Let's kind of look at construction of it. Brand new out of the box, and I've taken it apart. Well, that's a long one. Good, yeah, that just slides out. Okay. Oh yeah, it's gonna lift right off. Awesome. Well, that's cool. I don't even know wires or nothing. Wow, look at this. Definitely digital, guys. There's no tuner in there. We're talking all digital. Looks like it's got a couple caps here, and I'm assuming on the back side of this is this surface mount technology and some type of PLL chip. I don't think I want to pull that circuit board out of there. Them wires look pretty. There's your AM antenna up there in the corner. I was trying to see how is the antenna looped in here. Let's see here. It was screwed in on this side, so well, that's not cool. Now how am I supposed to? It's just, as you can tell, it just set in here like this with a screw. No eyelet or nothing. So obviously we wanted to at least get connection here. Let me go ahead and, yeah, it looks like they actually, if I can tell there, almost looks like they tried to solder it right to the end of that screw. Maybe I did pull it apart when I pulled it open, but that, you saw how I was very careful with it. Here I am, brand new and already having to repair it. Ain't that something? And let's see if it'll actually solder down to it. We're golden. Ah, did I miss the... Yeah, there we go. You know, I've been doing this ever since I was a kid. I remember when I used to get Christmas presents at Christmas time. I would, first thing I'd do is take it apart, see how it worked. I guess I've been an engineer all my life. I usually have 2 Christmases. I'd get my Christmas gifts, then take them all apart. Sometimes I couldn't get them back together, and you know how Christmas is really good about letting me do returns, and then I'd take them back and get something else. Of course, I'd usually whatever I took it back and got something else, I'd take it apart too. I remember taking an alarm clock apart one time. That I learned I was not a watchsmith real quick. There's a lot of parts in a little clock, you know. Anyway, I have digressed here. Okay, here's some batteries. Looks like it takes 2 AA's. That was just FM antenna too, by the way, is all it said. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a long wire on this thing or not. Might be very limited without being able to do some type of long wire antenna. Hopefully maybe the earphone jack, a lot of times on these they'll ground them out where I didn't look at that, but they'll have it to where if you have a set of headphones in there, it'll work as an antenna. We'll just see. Okay. Well, there's the clock. Looks like it's got a protective cover over it. I say it does. I hope so, because it's awful. Yeah. Ah. So it's got a clock. That's cool. I have read nothing on it yet, so we're just going to wing it here. See, volume, tuning, mute, on, off. Oh, that's a cool light. So we have on. We haven't found a channel there. Tuning button and reducing it in 1 second activates automatic start station, which I figured that out. Yeah, nothing about any way to increase reception on it. I don't know. Comes with a set of headphones too here, as you can see. I guess if you weren't in a metal building, maybe it might be okay, but great. I just lost one of the little pads. I'll pick it up here in a second. I just wanted to see if plugging it in made any difference. Because I know sometimes they use these headsets, the wires in them as part of your wiring. I have to go in here and really look at it close to see where I could hook up an external antenna if it's possible. Let's just see if that made any difference. I'm getting channels now that I got the headphone in, so that tells me it is using this wire somehow. And it's coming in clear. So the capabilities there.
He's dealing with from a bad offensive line. Like it's a very simple thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm getting something now. Five megahertz beacon. It's getting it with or without it. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop this video and we're gonna flip it around and we're just gonna count the channels. I mean, so far I'm not really totally impressed. I mean, for 12 bucks, what are you expecting? But I was hoping for a little bit better reception than I'm getting so far. Trying to do a fair review on this. I'm gonna take this outside here, give it its best chance. It obviously doesn't really have a way to hook up an external antenna, so we're just gonna take her outside here and just see what she'll do. Okay, let's start.
He said the situation
One.
is really bleak.
Where I've come from up in London, it's a nightmare. There's no...
Just solved Monday.
Two.
With 2 doses. This is how we make
Three.
our impression of the world.
Four.
Quarts of oil.
5.
A charging system inspection.
But yeah,
6.
and by the way, it's anyway.
7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14.
So you know the burger had to come first. You go
15. 16. 17.
You can join the local
18.
winners.
92.
Showing those $4
19.
white claws and giving away a...
20.
You or someone you know.
21. 22. 23. Call that 23. Looks like that's about it on that band. Which looks like FM, it did good. I would say it's very comparable. Good sound clarity, etc. Okay, now then, let's do the AM band. And let's see what she does on the AM.
We not only have the
1.
not enforcing the laws of the land, they're not trying to change the.
But Melanie, I'm sorry.
2.
I love you. Staying home.
3. 4. 5.
Next step. Ohio State doesn't...
6. 6 AM radio check. Not a good score on that. Okay, let's go shortwave 1. Okay, guys, man. Well, I took it outside and got the AM, and then I started on the shortwave, and I figured out it doesn't make any difference on shortwave whether I'm inside or outside. I do think that the FM antenna is connected to shortwave as well. So we're going to finish this up with the AM. I did pick up, I don't know, 6 or 7 stations. Nothing like it wasn't like a RF 4800 or a Yaesu FT991A, but it did pick up a few. I'm becoming the conclusion this is a great FM radio. and probably AM for emergencies and on a camp trip. But this is not going to be your go-to shortwave radar. I can already tell that. But let's go ahead and one cool feature I did find out is you can do a scan on it, and it'll start at the lowest frequency, which is 3.2 megahertz, and it'll go all the way up to 21. So we're just going to fire her up to see how many channels we can actually get, as we always do on these scanning channels, or scanning videos. So let's just start scanning up. All right, we got one.
Able to establish a real running game to set up the pass game. They were great. After that 17-play opening drive, I thought they really put the clamps down, and they stepped up.
Let's see the word check, John.
I think there's might be two there, but two. Three.
Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ.
Four.
Now, have faith in God.
Five. Ham band, but it's not doing me a whole lot of good, but we'll call it 6. And what was that, 7? 8. 9. Weak, but it's there. 10. 11.
All manner of evil
12.
against you falsely.
Which is why I love that passage. Even there,
And they produce false.
of saying I sinned
13.
against my Father.
And they thought that was terrible
14.
for having.
$15. 17. 18. 19.
Jimmy buried
20.
and then rose again. Let's see if God raised.
21. 22. 23. 24. 25, it's in there, not real strong. Hey, 26. $27. 28.
And those who insist on sinning and persistent in sinning is going to be destroyed. Oh, did I make a mistake there?
30.
Did I make?
They had dominion over every
31.
thing.
Do anything you can.
34. 35. 36.
What kind of thinking is that? What kind
36.
of distortion is
And we're
that?
back around to
Sin
3.21.
is sin. Any sin, lying, bitterness, hatred.
Why is it the religious stations coming the strongest?
Self-justification, self-righteousness. What?
Go ahead and turn it off. There you go, 35. I would say out of those, really about 20 were very legible. Some were on the bitter end. That's why I'm not a big PLL fan. You know, on an analog radio, I could probably tune those in. I've done some fine tuning and got them legible. With you know, digital, I'm in, you know, at half kilo steps, so I can't do that fine tweaking. But that's, you know, that's just part of the digital world. Of course, this thing is definitely low end on it. I guess my review on this is going to be, I give it like 4 out of 5 stars, mainly because at the price point, it does work. I mean, if somebody doesn't have any shortwave radio and they're just interested in kind of checking it out, I think this would be a great radio to start with. At least kind of get you into it and get you interested in it, and it does receive, as you saw. I did have to use an external antenna. Of course, if you go outside, I don't know, you might be able to do better. We did find out a few things. You can use an external wire on the antenna for shortwave, but it does nothing on AM. AM's strictly the internal built radio, and the FM is great on it. So, I mean, you know, as a little emergency radio, something you take out on a camping trip or something, audio quality is not bad. Just very limited, not a real sensitive front end on it. Kind of what you expect. I mean, we're talking an under $15 radio, so I have to give it a little leeway. I can't expect it to perform like a, you know, like a RF 4800 or something, or Yaesu. It's $15 radio, but it's a good starter radio if you just want to kind of play and check it out. And like I said, FM, and it's got some cool features. It's got an alarm clock on it. It's got a clock on it, so you could use it as your travel clock and wake up to music or whatever. So, like I said, I'll give it 4 out of 5. Hopefully this video will kind of help you out. I mean, definitely, this is a starter one, but if you really get interested in shortwave, you definitely want to step it up. This is definitely entry-level stuff. Yeah, 2 little batteries. I do like it runs on USB, so you could power it by your laptop, or, you know, one of them little charging bricks or whatever, and it'll last for days. So it definitely has its place. As a high-sensitive shortwave receiver, that's not what its sell point is. The sell point is reasonable to purchase. It's portable. It's not a battery hog, and it does somewhat function. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys out there. Have a great day, and if you get a chance, please subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up.